Hi everyone, this is Ranjit Ramachandran from Total eBiz Solutions. I'm an Nintex VTE and today I'm going to talk about intelligent process automation using AI-enabled chatbots and machine learning. Before we jump into the topic, let me take a few seconds to introduce my company. Total eBiz Solutions is headquartered in Singapore with operations in USA, Middle East, Australia, India, Indonesia, and Malaysia. We have been in the industry for more than a decade now, and we've been helping a lot of our government as well as private customers to undergo digital transformation journey in and outside Singapore. We are a gold partner with Microsoft, and what you see on the left are some of our awards which we have achieved from Microsoft for our solutions. We are also a premier partner with Nintex, and Nintex has recognized our solutions and we won awards for solution innovations. We've been recognized by Gartner as a leading niche provider for RPA. With over 60 plus certified developers in RPA, TEPS has executed a number of projects for government and commercial sector. Let's go on to the basics first. Why do we need an automation? Typically, we find that even in this age, organizations face a lot of issues due to lack of process automation. Even today, in large enterprises, we have seen that more than 70% of the task is still manual. Reminders are sent via email or discussed over call. Capturing the processes and getting everyone to follow the same is also a key. Number of organizations find their workplace disorganized due to lack of standardized processes. Also, one of the reasons why top management is not able to get a solution is the lack of business insights. Organizations are just not aware as there is no way to find the bottleneck. They are not aware of what is causing the delay and the issue is never resolved. Number of hours is spent by our employees in doing a repetitive task when it can be automated quite easily using technology. Also, any organization will have multiple backend systems. One can enjoy the automation if and only if we can integrate with multiple systems seamlessly so that the data can flow in and flow out without any effort. Now, the automation part is managed by Nintex. Nintex provides an end-to-end solution for a business process automation, starting from mapping of the processes, managing them, sending for feedback, maintaining the versions, to digitizing the forms using the Nintex Forms platform, creating workflows, sending for multiple approvals, delegation, escalation. Nintex also gives you an option for lazy approval, that is directly approving a task through email. It can also help you with document generation and electronic signatures with connectors to both Nintex Sign as well as DocuSign. And it can help you to automate your repetitive tasks using robotic process automation. Now, I will not go into details of the Nintex platform, but what if we bring in a fair bit of intelligence on this platform? It will make it even more intuitive and would give a very good experience for the users who are using the platform. Now, why exactly do we need this intelligent enterprise, right? Many a times we see that the data is already present in the attachment and users still need to fill in the massive forms. For example, if you're uploading a purchase order, it pretty much contains all the information like the date, the dollar value, so on and so forth. But yet we ask users to again fill in the details which is already present in the attachment that they would be uploading. Study shows that employees spend n number of hours doing such repetitive tasks because of which they may delay on doing a process. Also, since Nintex is an open platform wherein users can upload any sort of attachments, we need to have a compliance in place to make sure that the attachments or the data that are uploaded are compliant to all the compliances in the organization. We need to make sure that the confidential data, if it is uploaded, the permissions are appropriate and only the authenticated users are able to access such data. Along with that, with the new normal of work from home, brings in new challenges in terms of security, automation, and also access of the information. That's where we bring in our platform. TEP's AI platform contains of a conversational chatbot, which is natural language processing based chatbot, which helps you to communicate with the bot in a native English language. It has omni-channel and multi-channel options. That is not only through the mobile app, you can also use the chatbot using WhatsApp, Microsoft Teams, Slack, so on and so forth. We have both the variants on-premise as well as cloud. On-premise is resonated quite well in the government industry. It requires limited or no training data as we have induced the bot with the machine learning capability to learn by itself. And we have various features in our platform like the face recognition, analytics, the OCR component to scan the attachments and pull out the confidential information. Also, an option wherein the bot can build its own business rules to make sure that the data in the repository is compliant to all the compliances in the organization. This is how a typical architecture would look like, wherein we have the external users communicating using the Nintex Workflow Cloud. We have the internal users who can directly raise a request using Nintex Forms, or they can use our conversational chatbot to raise a request. For example, instead of writing in the details for a leave application, the user could simply type to the bot that can you raise a leave request for me from 14th April to 18th April. I am going on annual leave. And the bot is smart enough to capture the from, the to date, the type of leave, and also the reason for the leave. And it can automatically fill in the Nintex form for the users and raise a request, which could trigger a workflow. This is where we have the cognitive layer, where we have our natural language processing based bot to understand the conversation and to get the necessary details from the user. We have the AI and the OCR layer to scan through all the attachments to make sure that the attachments are complied by going through the business rules. And once all the approval is done, we can use Nintex Foxtrot RPA for the integration with backend systems. So this is how very closely our cognitive layer can gel with Nintex platform to bring in that artificial intelligence in your business process automation, thus making it an intelligent process automation.
Let me jump into a demo and show you this in action, right? So here's my bot, the bot that I've created. Now, as mentioned, this bot can be deployed into WhatsApp, Slack, or Microsoft Teams. It could be on your web page as a chatbot. You could also build a native mobile application to do these operations. Now, this particular bot that we have is natural language processing based chatbot. That is, it understands native English language. So, if I just start talking to the bot, hi, how are you? The bot should be able to respond based on the questions that I've asked, right? So it says great and thanks. Say in case if I tell the bot, maybe say you are funny, okay? It says I aim to serve. So the bot pretty much understands the language, and then based on that, it will try to get the conversation into the services that it is trained for. Now, in this particular example, we have, entertainment claim, miscellaneous claim, travel claim, certification claim. So these are the claims that I can do in my company. Let me give you an example of a travel claim, right? It asks me to upload an image of Grab and Gojek or ComfortDelGro. These are the taxi services here in Singapore. Let me pick up one image. Oh, the name exists. That's okay. I just want to replace the name. When I click on upload, it would accept the image that I have uploaded. And then now the AI component would extract the data and it will show me the details. Now, before it extracts the data and show me the details, this is a custom business logic that we have that every claim that we make needs to be tied up to a project, right? So that because it goes into my timesheet and then it builds out the exact value for that particular project. So in this case, let me say I'll bill it to my common account that is pre-sales. And I click on OK. And as you can see, it has picked up the date, the pickup time, the amount, from, and destination, right? And if I come here, that's the exact date, time, the amount, from, and destination. So I don't need to write these information all over again. Now, on top of that, if I want to add in some remark, I can always add a remark saying that from home to office or whatever that is, right? And I click on submit. Now, what happens is actually very interesting. The fact is that, so it says that, OK, these details have been submitted into the system, and this is the claim ID, which I can use for future reference. Now, the good part is in my human resource system, it has stored that this is my residential address. And that should not be going on to my 1 or 2 levels of managers for approval. This is where the machine learning component comes in and it brings in the intelligence. Once submitted, the data is sent out to my SharePoint where my submitted receipt comes in. I can see that the claim ID is 906, which is mentioned over here. And all of the data is as is except my pickup location. As this is an personal information, and since we are compliant to a lot of compliances, we are not allowed to share the personal information. What it also does is it triggers an Nintex workflow, which is sent out to my manager for approval, which my manager can straight away reply the email and take an action using the lazy approval feature of Nintex. So this is how we bring in the intelligence in a very simple systems like a claim management system. We could use the same artificial intelligence component, say, for example, contract generation, or even if you want to write any business logic to make sure that there are no specific clauses in a contract, or it could be an employee onboarding form to make sure that the new employee joining has filled in all the details with all the clauses signed, and there is no special clauses he or she is asking for, and that can be quite easily managed and automated in the system itself, so that we can reduce the manual effort to go through the data and look into the details, or to write all the details that you must be probably uploading through an attachment. So that's where we total eBiz solution bring in the artificial component, and our engine can gel very closely with Nintex to bring out that artificial intelligence portion for you. Similarly, we have automated an n number of processes across departments using artificial intelligence and Nintex platform. We have ready to deployable frameworks or processes for, say, a procurement process, employee onboarding, offboarding, which anyone can use as a base, and we can build on top of that, which would just make it much more easier and more like a rapid development that you can deploy into your environment in no time. To end my slides, I would probably talk a bit on a case study. This was for a commercial customer in Singapore. We had automated almost 45 plus workflows or processes using Nintex platform. And at the end of a year, when we went back to the customer to check the performance, these are the statistics that we got, that they've saved 1,000 plus man hours because of the Nintex platform, approximate average saving of 40% per processes, there was almost a 120% of ROI, which they achieved in within just 6 months of this implementation. And an average approval process, which used to take n number of hours, has been reduced to less than 4 hours for approval. So that's how effectively you can use Nintex platform, and you can make it even better by bringing in our AI component on top of Nintex platform. Thank you very much for your time. We are Total eBiz Solutions, and this is our contact information. To know more on bringing in artificial intelligence on top of Nintex platform, do send us an email and we would be happy to reach out to you and schedule a demo to talk further on this. Thank you and have a good day.